3 ETFs. That's it, 3. And I'm about to show you the exact portfolio that financial advisors who charge $500 an hour are quietly recommending to their wealthiest clients. Except you're getting it for free right now, in the next 12 minutes. But here's the thing nobody tells you. It's not which 3 ETFs you pick. It's the one mistake almost every beginner makes that quietly destroys their returns over 20 years. And we're going to fix that today. Look, 2026 is a weird time to be an investor. Inflation is still a conversation, AI is reshaping entire industries overnight, and everyone on social media is telling you to buy crypto, single stocks, options, whatever's trending that week. But the data doesn't lie, and the data says boring wins. The people who quietly held these 3 funds, they're quietly getting rich. No drama, no stress, no CNBC panic. Why most investors fail? Here's what most people do when they start investing. They open a brokerage account, they see 10,000 options, and they completely freeze. Or worse, they pick 15 random stocks they heard about on Reddit. Apple, Tesla, GameStop, some random biotech. And here's the problem. Every single one of those decisions is a bet that you know better than the market. And the data on this is brutal. 92% in 15 years. Even the professionals can't beat it consistently. So what chance does someone checking their Robinhood app at lunch have? None. And that's not an insult, that's just math. The market is too efficient. Too many smart people are playing. The edge doesn't exist for regular investors trying to stock pick. So what's the answer? You stop trying to beat the market and you just own the market. All of it for almost nothing. That's the 3-fund portfolio. And it was invented, get this, in the 1970s by a guy named John Bogle. It's been battle-tested through dot-com crashes, 2008, COVID, all of it. And it works every single time.
The philosophy! Before I give you the tickers, I want you to understand why this works. Because if you understand the why, you'll never panic sell during a crash, and panic selling is the #1 way people sabotage their own wealth. Warren Buffett, the greatest investor alive, literally said in his will, "When I die, put 90% of my wife's inheritance into a simple S&P 500 index fund." The man who spent 60 years picking stocks told his family to stop picking stocks. Why? Because index funds do one magical thing. They remove you from the equation. Most of the time, you are the problem. Not personally. I mean, humans are emotional. We panic at the bottom. We get greedy at the top. We read one scary headline and sell everything. Index funds force you to just hold. And holding is where the money is made. Okay, you ready for the actual portfolio? Here we go. The 3 ETFs. ETF number 1, VTI. The Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF. This is your American engine. For 3 cents per $100 invested, 3 cents, you own a piece of every single publicly traded company in America. Apple, Amazon, a random manufacturing company in Ohio, a biotech startup in Boston, all of it. That's over 4,000 companies in one fund. And here's why that matters. You can't pick the next Amazon. Nobody can. But if you own all of them, you automatically own the next Amazon. It finds you. VTI has returned roughly 10% per year on average historically. On a $10,000 investment held for 30 years, that's over $174,000. You didn't do anything. You just held. This is your core. 60% of your portfolio, the engine. Don't overthink it. ETF number 2, VXUS, Vanguard Total International Stock ETF. This is your global insurance policy. Here's something that might surprise you. The US stock market, as dominant as it is, has gone through 10-year stretches where international stocks outperformed it. The 2000s, for example, the whole decade, international crushed US stocks. VXUS gives you 8,000 companies across Europe, Asia, emerging markets, all of it for 7 cents per $100. And right now, in 2026, international valuations are significantly cheaper than US stocks by most metrics.
This is 30% of the portfolio. It's not sexy, but the point isn't sexy. The point is that when America has a bad decade, and every country eventually does, you're covered. ETF number 3, BND, Vanguard Total Bond Market ETF. This is your shock absorber. I know bonds sound boring. Bonds are boring. That's the point. When stocks crash 40%, and they will at some point, that's just how markets work, bonds typically hold their value or go up. Your portfolio drops 25% instead of 40%. And that difference? That's what keeps you from panic selling at the worst possible moment. If you're under 30 right now, honestly, you could skip BND and go 70-30 VTI VXUS. Your timeline is long enough to ride out crashes.
But if you're 40 plus or you know you'll freak out during a crash, keep BND. Peace of mind has a financial value too. The exact allocation. So here's the full portfolio, plain and simple. 1 VTI, 60%, 2 VXUS, 30%, 3 BND, 10%. Every year, once a year, set a calendar reminder, you rebalance back to these percentages. That's the whole strategy. 1 hour per year, maximum. And as you get older, shift more into BND. Some people use the rule, your age equals your bond percentage. 35 years old, 35% bonds. It's a rough guide, not gospel. The account type, the tax cheat code. Okay, this is the section I promised would save you $50,000, and I don't say that lightly. The same 3 ETFs, VTI, VXUS, BND, held in the wrong account will cost you tens of thousands of dollars in unnecessary taxes over your lifetime, and most people are doing this wrong. Priority number 1, if your employer offers a 401k match, that is free money. Guaranteed 50 to 100% return before the market does anything. Contribute enough to get the full match, always, no exceptions. Priority 2, Roth IRA. This is the most powerful investment account regular Americans have access to. You invest after-tax dollars, it grows completely tax-free, and when you retire, you pay 0 taxes on withdrawals. 0 on potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars. In 2026, you can contribute $7,000 per year to a Roth IRA, or $8,000 if you're over 50. Max this out every year before you invest a single dollar anywhere else. Priority 3, if you've maxed the Roth IRA and want to invest more, go back to the 401k up to the max or open a regular taxable brokerage account. Both work fine with this portfolio. Where to open accounts? Fidelity, Vanguard, or Schwab. All 3 are excellent. All 3 have 0 commission trading. Pick one and stick with it.
The mistake that destroys returns. I promised you the one mistake that kills returns. Here it is, stopping. That's it. People set up the portfolio, hold it for 6 months, watch the market drop 15%, and they stop contributing, or they sell, or they wait for a better time to buy. There is no better time. Every year feels like a bad time to invest. 2020 felt like the world was ending. Anyone who bought in March 2020 made 100% in 18 months. The strategy only works if you keep going. Automate your contributions so you never have to think about it. Set up automatic investing on the first of every month. Remove yourself from the decision. That's the secret. Consistent, boring, automatic investing in boring funds. That's how normal people build extraordinary wealth. So let's recap. 3 ETFs, VTI for 60%. You own all of America. VXUS for 30%. You own the rest of the world. BND for 10%, your shock absorber. Open a Roth IRA first. Automate contributions. Rebalance once a year, and then, and this is the hardest part, ignore it. No doom scrolling financial news. No checking it every day. No reacting to headlines. Just let compound interest do its thing for 20, 30 years. John Bogle built Vanguard on this idea, and it made his clients billions. Warren Buffett recommended it. The data backs it, and it takes you literally 1 afternoon to set up. If this helped you, drop a comment with your age, and I'll tell you exactly what allocation to use. And share this with someone who needs to hear it, because this information changes lives, and most people never get it. I'll see you in the next one.